The Final Fantasy spots. Oh no! We're in a draft! Oh! 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Some stretches in. Oh! And some hydration. I'm the brother to Nymera. Yeah. I'm Nymera's older brother. We started commentating together as a casting pair, which is kind of cool. But yeah, for better or worse, I have to deal with Nymera forever. There we go. Welcome on in Heavy and Metal. Oh, Denki, you got done in by yelling. If you, that's the thing. If you want to yell at me in chat, you have to subscribe. Any subscriber can use caps locks as much as they want. Everyone else, the limit. So we're going to see an LR2-0. Let's go, Rats. It's not been easy, Aaron. I'll say that. Hey, Sam. Good to see you in here as well. Both first seeds 2-0 down. That's a shocker. Agreed. Sorry I wasn't around, Sam. I would have loved to have streamed yesterday. It would have been really awesome to be there to bid farewell. Unlucky draw, I think, really. But, I don't know. We both know Verdun could have been better yesterday, which is a real frustration because I think it was a very winnable option. But there we go. Lamau Diablo, you got yourself done and you deserve that. That's funny. Vitality.Bee is 4th seed. Yes, however, they also came out of Swiss stage 4 now. So I think in some ways you can consider them 1st seed by the virtue of how they've done it. Noonday did it as well. This is hilarious. Well done. This is great. Thank you for the follow, Gundog. Right, I need to lock in away from chat for a second, guys. There's a lot of catching up there to do. Let's chat what we've got. LR going to be on blue side. They've got Rumble, LeBlanc, Aatrox. They've had to switch sides to Vitality.Bee, wanted to change things up. They're getting rid of a lot of important skirmishers, the Neferi and the Jarvan away from Velia. The Volibear as well would have been a great option for Baus there. His champion pool is now a little bit thinner in terms of options he can blind pick in particular. Does Lurox play Kiana? I actually don't know. Rakan first pick? You can't, can you? Well, it's been banned the entire time. So they'll just pick it up now. Okay. Bold. Valuable. And Reckless does need that, I think. And he also got blocked due to spreading misinformation. That's hilarious. Not a mod yet, Frostwind. And he probably ought to open application for some more, actually. If anyone is interested, do drop me a line. Question, I thought Vito was in the LEC. He was in the LEC. He hasn't been for a little while, though. Not this year, largely. Unfortunately, had a disappointing last showing. Kind of got let go. So he's now down on Vitality's B team. Yes, he is former. As is Genax, for that matter. As is Lurox, actually, in a small way, if I remember correct. LR can pick it now for jungle. Yeah, I agree. Poppy wouldn't be awful here. Hell, if Velia's feeling it. Kiana. Rakan and Kiana's a great pairing. Very easy to jump on where Kiana starts. Zed. Okay, so it'll be the Zed jungle angle. So, Zed really messes with Sejuani early. You don't get to be tanky as Sejuani very early at the minute, especially with the Heartsteel builds. And what it means is that Zed can mess with Sejuani in the jungle and keep her really low. He's also very, very annoying for the Ziggs to deal with because he closes the distance on you so well, and you can blow him up pretty happily. That said, as well, you become an extra poke mage effectively by using the shadows. Kiana, as a kind of similar example of the Neferi, are two slightly different takes on a similar archetype, which is like kind of like assassin, snowball, carry junglers. Neferi's a bit more of a skirmisher. She's got a lot more target access with her ult. She gets to dive on in, keep skirmishing, play around that one. Zed plays a little bit more like a poke mage. You shadow forward, try to go for the double shurikens, and then pick your moment all in. Kiana, it's all about that team fight AoE. Vitality.Bee are going for the one-shot combo with their comp right now. Sejuani ult into Jinx, into Ziggs ult. There we go, the Mega Inferno Bomb. Into Public Execution. Whoever gets hit by that will die. It's a very squishy comp from Lost Returns right now. Anyone gets hit by that and that CC chain, you will die. It will be over. That's the idea, anyway. The problem with VTO and LEC, guys, I know that chat's still happening, is he was very, very one-dimensional and very, very selfish as a player. He demanded a lot of resources, demanded a lot of time in lane. Really didn't work very well to move for his jungle, move 2 side lanes. He was great if you can get him to 20 minutes, and then he would hard carry a game on like Zeri mid or whatever, which was kind of a big thing at the time. But he was a very, very demanding player, very resource intensive, and not very flexible with that. That's just a straight up Amumu pick, by the way. Okay, so this is actually a really good counter into Sivir. This is why they're doing it. I thought that was a hover. Bloody hell. So, Bandage Toss 1 lands. You spell shield it. Bandage Toss 2 cannot be spell shielded. Same deal with the ult. So, if you bandage... So, basically, either you don't spell shield the first Bandage Toss and get CC'd, or you spell shield the first one and get CC'd by the second bit of CC. It's very, very nasty there. Also, it's a massive AoE CC chain to set up for a Ziggs, and Ambessa, a Sejuani. It's melee synergy there too as well. That's a very nasty wombo. I think if you get a big carry mid laner now, assuming VTO's not playing the Ziggs for that matter, it's pretty good. So they're looking for mobility here to basically say, if you can't land the damn skill shot, we don't get CC'd. Because the thing with Amumu is that there's 2 things with Amumu. 1, you are very, very, very skill shot reliant. And 2, unlike a lot of other engaged supports, you, once you are in, you don't really get a way out, and you're not that tanky, really. You get a little bit from your Tantrum passive, but that's not easy. And like compared to like Rel with the shields and the resist shreds, Alistar with the ult, Leona with the W, and a lot of these champions also have ways out. Like Nautilus can hook away, Rel can mount back up or crash back down again, Alistar can headbutt and run away. You know, you've got lots of tools. Amumu is one thing, and that is CC. It's great CC, but that's all you're bringing. And it is also, as we said, very, very binary. Either you hit the damn thing and you're in forever, or you don't hit it and you kind of awkwardly start waddling away, having a bad time. It's a bold draft, but I hate Vitality.Bee. This is where you're at. Are they looking? Is that switching? That's not switch. That's your Lucian mid. That's Lucian mid. The Amumu song. The problem is the Amumu song, I always now go into bloody, why don't you love who I am? What could have been? Because they got quite similar riffs. Oh. It's the little sad money one. That is Lucian mid. Okay. Vitality.Bee have been cooking. You've got Amumu and Sejuani to set up the Lucian passive if they come and gank. And VTO is historically a bit of an AD carry mid player. He used to, as I said, do a lot of Kai'Sa mid, the AP Kai'Sa mid, the Zeri mid as well. Okay. So I think Lost Ratones have got the more meta drafts in the sense that actually they got a lot of tools to avoid the CC, big AoE damage in team fight, and a lot of people who will die to that burst. That said, if Vitality.Bee land a good Amumu combo, land a good Sejuani ultimate, the person who is hit will die. What happens after that, I don't know, because you are a little bit shotgunny here. And that can get a bit dicey. But we shall see, folks. We shall see. Onto the rift we go.
Until minions spawn. A summoner has disconnected. Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I sure hope Yoppa is good. He's autoing Gregor's face. Yoppa is a great AD carry. And in fairness, like, sometimes you got to order the thing in front of you. I don't think he had a fantastic, I don't think he's had a fantastic series, but I think on the whole, Yoppa has played a very good Swiss stage, and don't judge him just by this slightly awkward series. He is genuinely really good, and he's been good for a number of years. He used to be paired with a guy called Clocks as well, it was a great duo, sort of NLC to NLC Div 2. He's been on a really good journey. I think he could definitely look to maybe make a jump to LEC over the offseason. We'll see. Moonwell into Zig's ult combo. Yep. Here's a wombo combo. Big time. That plus Ambessa ult plus Lucian culling. They will get blasted. Also, remember Amumu shreds magic resist with his passive. So we'll make sure that Ziggs hits real hard. Already the level 1 bandage toss, but Reckless has gone Guardian. Yeah, probably does want that this game, actually. Yoppa and summer version of Den Voxner, yeah. I think Den Voxner doesn't lane as well as I think he might need to for LEC top tier. But he's very flexible, great team fighter, really solid work ethic. Mechanically fantastic in fights. Plays everything. He's a mage player bot as well. I love they got the solo queue stats for Baus as well. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I wonder why they prefer the Ziggs bot instead of Lucian. The Ziggs is better into the Sivir. You manage the wave clear better. Probably step 1. So theoretically, the Lucian and Mumu could have gone all in a bit harder, but hey. And Lucian mid bullies the Aurora, I suspect. And thus far has kind of proven to be true, even if it's not as dominant as it once was. Still, I imagine, not the most fun for Aurora, who's quite short range for a mage. Needs to actually get a little bit close to get her E off in a good way. Yordle bot lane is true. And they've got like fantasy options. They've got the fighter and the wizard. They've got D&D party down here. AP Jax Abowsi? Yeah. Yes, it will be. Of course, it's Jax. And it's a phase rush, so it will be. If he goes AD, it's cooked. Yeah, I mean, it would have been okay, this game. But I think the AP is actually probably not bad for the upfront burst to go with, like, the Aurora and the Zed ult and stuff. Ow. Gen X good trade there. Let's pray Crowny got hit for small hitboxes. Ooh! Nemesis good trade back. Lurox is around, but it's a known quantity. Velia's here as well. And importantly, you will notice, Velia got the reset off and got, I think, both Scuttle Crabs. He did. He got to double Scuttle and reset for the Longswords. Because this is what happens with the Zed. Reckless, Battle Dance. After the Grand Entrance is fine. Okay. Zed clears so fast, he can reset having full clear, double Longsword, and still contest Scuttle Crab. So that's what he did, and he managed to get both Scuttles early, which is very, very nice. He's got the double Longsword, gets to go for an X clear. We'll have a fantastic second back as well. It's a very nice start for the Zed. We've not talked about it too much, but we probably should have done. One of the reasons why Zed became such a prominent thing in the jungle. You just clear so fast, you can turn up and fight at Scuttle Crab with the double Longsword advantage, which is pretty significant. Anivia Best Channel, you know it. Great to be collaborating with Anivia. He's a lovely dude. Been working with myself and Nightmare all year, which has been pretty cool. Nemesis, spotted out by Decap. Ooh, not bad chunk there. The twofold Hex landing means that Decap can't look for it anymore. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, bounces TP back in. He didn't go Symbiotic Souls. I thought he might. Decap is here to try and get the wave shoved. Nemesis just standing behind the minions, preventing Decap from running too easy an angle. You could still get bandage tossed here, Nemesis. But they won't. He had the Between Worlds. It would have been tricky to full send it. And Reckless is here. Fun to see these comps being so different. LR playing for picks with triple assassin. Yep. Especially AP Jax. While Vitality.Bee goes to 5v5 team fight comp and lockdown. Even then, I think Vitality.Bee's teamfight comp is very much about, I CC'd this one person and screw you in particular. Because it's Sejuani ult, into Amumu ult, into Ziggs ult, into Ambessa ult. If you catch multiple people within that, all well and good, but realistically, you're trying to hit the Sivir, or the Zed, or the Aurora. Someone important is blasting them with the comp. Just looking at his Gen X. The rest just don't know how to play Team Fast Region. I think Gen X has actually played a pretty good series. I agree. The Yorick was really problematic. Game 1, his Scion was one of the few winning points on the map. I actually think Gen X has largely been a better player than Baus. For the early stages of the game, at least, anyway. Baus is still finding value later on. That's been great for him. Like, the Cho'Gath and the Gragas mid-game were still both fantastic. Okay. Q1 misses. Q2 lands. Zed in danger now. Won't get too much more CC. The Guardian proc comes on through. Zed auto smite is nutty. Yeah, it is. Or, yeah, it's a pretty nasty secure. Or it's one of the reasons why, as Zed, you actually smite early to help with your clear. Because you want to get your passive cycling as much as possible on camps. Okay, bit of a chunk there. Vitality.Bee hard lose in the late game. Do I agree with that statement? I'm not sure, because I think late game, Lost Ratones are a bloody squishy comp. And for all they scale very, very, very well, there is a world where late game you get hit by one bit of CC, and a person gets blasted by an incidental ultimate, and then you're playing a 5v4 with a man down, which gets tricky. I don't think it's quite as simple as that. For all that, obviously, the scaling of a quad carry comp is pretty scary. 1-for-1 in grubs. I think they're going to have to give up the second one here. It's potentially nasty angle. Quickness in the backside. Decap doesn't have ult yet. Velia gets bounced around and dies. There's the death mark off. We should get some value here, but died mid-ult. So that's not great. LR. Where is Baus? Not quite here yet. And they're walking across 30 tons of vision anyway. They walked into that having, like, no vision. That's very greedy. Velia got CC to death. We wonder whether that might happen. Because I worry that basically Sejuani and Mumuel into Mega Inferno Bomb and Bessa is like a dead sentence to everyone. So how did Velia get nabbed here? He just walks into... Okay, gets Sejuani ulted into Seismic Shove. Yeah, not Seismic Shove. Permafrost. Permafrost. All falls apart. Well played by Lurix. Yeah, very. There's wards everywhere there as well. Like, they just walked across all the wards ever. It's a little problematic. Not the end of the world, but still. I think they were hoping to get a bit more value there, especially because the death mark went on cooldown. They just didn't get any value out of it. That's the LR team fights again in action. Been a little hit and miss, especially because they often take team fights regardless, and they've not always been doing due diligence clearing out wards. You see, Vitality.Bee have been a lot more careful about making sure they got river control in particular. They got wards everywhere. They did have that going for them for large portions of last game as well, but when it fell apart, it became a problem. Ouch. Yeah. Faust does that and runs away. Waits on phase rush timing, does it again. That'll be the plan anyway. Hey, Amber. Oh, I see. I've already said hey to Amber. You can have a second here. Okay. So, again, relatively quiet early game, which largely favors LR. Nice buffer through the CC by Genax. Faust is speeding up with the phase, which we'll get out here, but does lose that trade fairly heavily. Has got TP, though, so can rejoin quite happily here. But means he will not be able to join the dragon fight. I wonder what... Bit greeding out a little bit here. Dodging back on that Sundering Slam is important. Got a cunning swipe available. Getting to a point where the AP is enough to clear out the wave. Hops back, we'll reset. Down a bit of CS, but it's not the end of the world. Has he got Nash's on reset? Yes, he does. Okay, that's not bad. Did he sell a Doran's ring for it? No, he didn't. Okay, just got away with it. That's not bad. Where did he go? Is he TP back? No, okay, he's just joined over here. I was looking at the minimap. And they'll send Nemesis up to deal with topside. That's fine. Yep. Faust goes bot. Has got Nash's. Feeling happy. Voltaic Cyclosaur build from the Zed. Okay. The slows are really nice into what is quite a short-range comp. Oh, Bousy. Oh, Bousy. Oh, they missed everything. Oh, no. Does it matter? They can still look to curse the Sad Mummy. And he's got Counter-Strike rolling. Double slow. Phase rush. Bandage toss number 2. Hop away. Bounced out. Flash away. He's gone. They burned all the ults and they didn't kill him. Nah. That's bad. He should have been dead to rights there. If I'm Zed, you might look to get a couple plates here. Fine. Keep an eye on Genax, making sure he can't walk up. He still doesn't have ult for another 8 seconds. Lurox is nowhere near. They're going to try and rush this. The problem is they're into a Ziggs. I don't think you win this. Baus going to come over and try and clear this up. Got to keep the main going. That's it. Oh. Oh, they did kill the turret. Okay, couldn't quite clear it in time. Fine. They get first turret. It's not feat to strength. Not yet. They need another couple kills or a couple objectives, but still nicely done. Genax needs to be a bit careful there, yeah, but I'd say Reckless was just waiting around the corner there. Ground entrance. Decent chunk. Nemesis will get another passive off. Spirit Abjuration doing its work. Smithy, is that you? L, that's very rude, but I see your point. That's a tilt. It was a bit.
Turret plating will soon fall.
There's the Heart Steel. I don't see a lot of Cyclo Sword first Zed these days. I remind myself of exactly what I'm getting from it. Obviously, he gets the Brutalizer, which is nice. A good build path. Couple minutes till Dragon. Don't think we're seeing a dive on that one. It's fine. Attack damage, lethality, ability haste. Dash and stealth stack. And so there was a point where basically you used to get a lot of Voltaic Cyclosaur value off using your W. Used to stack it really well. In fact, the slow is not bad this game because your actual CC is quite limited for Lost Return. So Voltaic Cyclosaur allowing you a bit more sticking power, I think is probably not unwise this game, actually. So thinking through it, I think the Cyclosaur value in terms of getting on top of the Lucian or the Ziggs, getting that slow from the auto, getting the value off the blink dash as well to set it up is really good. So I think I can see the angle for it. Okay, gank bot side. Genax is in a lot of danger. Public execution, death mark. Genax, I think is just dead. Yeah, nice triple shuriken. Very nice, Velia. And that probably means bot side turret unless they TP in. Yoppa has ult. They're losing Herald for this. Do they care? They've already given up first turret, not the end of the world. They'll trade for a turret here anyway. So, kill plus turret for Herald, I think that's worth for Lost Return, personally. But Serbia, I think you're probably being a little bit... I think you just misunderstand what they are as a team, Lost Returns. Nemesis, trying to get between worlds, can't. That's unfortunate for him. Why was he there by himself? They weren't contesting Herald. Lazy, not a fan of that. Does Ambassador even win against Jax? She's not bad into Jax. It's been a matchup, or rather, it's a skill matchup is the answer. AP Jax is a different matter, and I genuinely don't know what the breakpoints are there, because it plays so damn differently. The only thing is you've got Herald plus Ziggs. The Herald value with Grubs and Ziggs goes very, very hard. It's not quite as simple as, oh, they already got first turret. Herald value's not that great. Like, it's increasingly good because you've got a Ziggs and you can execute turrets. Thank you for the follow, DKKKK. The ke. That's all. Flash away from Nemesis. Bloody hell.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, Valia's around. Not that bad a deal. It's only 100 gold or so, one way or the other. What does Valia have on back? Dirk? Oh, no, he doesn't. Ooh, what's he going here? Pickaxe double longsword. Would you say Baus is somewhat selfish playstyle is the reason allies had such a hard time early game, or am I just dead wrong? It's part of it. Part of it. They're giving up a dragon here, so that's feats over to Vitality.Bee. Okay, they're giving it up. So the answer is in part yes, because Baus is but you've also got to remember that they are also, in general, as a team, liable to give up early kills, because they will greed on weak side of the map, whatever it is, for more resources, and they will give up kills doing it. One of the reasons why things like Kiana are so good into them, because Kiana taking those early kills and then exploding it onto the rest of the map means that even though you gave it up on weak side, your strong side is then affected more heavily. And part of that as well is the fact that jungle support aren't fantastic at making the most cohesive plays defensively in particular early on. And part of that as well is that Nemesis and Crowny aren't really willing to sack waves to make plays happen. Can't be a 3S as a good. And you sort of see them try and contest things that they probably shouldn't. And try and basically greed. There's a lot of greed from the LR early game, basically. And it can get them in a lot of trouble. Thanks so much. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you'll get more of it from watching, is the honest answer. And just having these conversations. Because you're right, Baus is definitely a part of it. Definitely a part of it. But when it goes well, Baus dying, you still see him going up in XP and or gold. And he buys a lot of attention to allow the other side of the map to have things happen. That's just not been happening as consistently recently. So it's just looking slightly worse. And jumping on a Baus, as we're speaking about, he's gone very deep there by himself. That's not bad back, actually. Value should get one. Will do. Death mark. Passive. Queen Worlds. Decent shield, not enough. Cross the veil from Nemesis. Ease away. Mega Inferno Bomb. Nemesis. Ooh, nearly got saved by Reckless. Not quite. Yeah, that's the CC chain issues we were talking about. 2 for 1. I was a little bit surprised Value couldn't just get the one shot there onto the Ambassador. Yeah, I don't think they were expecting quite as many people from Vitality.Bee there. Have I got a cut on my forehead or something? I don't know what this is. Come on. Can't see a damn thing. I do. How did I get this? From what? That's wild. Here's a replay. Yeah, random thing on my forehead. I think it's just a cut. That a really weird hair that's just stuck to my forehead. Which is what I thought it was originally. But I don't think it is. Dead Shuriken, yeah. Not bad. Eclipse second for the Zed. That's fair. Bit of more dueling power. Zed is a good user of it. He's about to potentially face check Genax. Value will try and clear up the Skull Crab. We'll need to go over the wall. Does. We'll get some health back from the camps. That's good from Genax to prevent the Skull Crab going over. Reckless hops away. Decup could potentially join a bit further forward. Won't. A little bit tricky now for Lost Ratones. Jumping on a Zed. Oh, good death mark to avoid the ult. Hops away. Okay, so burns his ult. Burns 2 ults, actually, because it's Lurox's as well. And he does lose the red buff. So in the end, 2 ults for ult and red buff. I think they've got okay anti-tank damage, because a reminder, the Aurora with this build will have very good anti-tank damage. Sivir will be alright. Jax will be alright. Zed's whatever. Oh dear, Reckless. Oh dear. Flash, Battle Dance away, Grand Entrance away. Ah, that's not a great TP. That's not a great TP. Faust gets out. Not a problem. All is planned. And it's a tangentially tanky team from Vitality.Bee. Again, that's a Mumu support who's only on a Loki. He's not that tanky. It's the Sejuani is tanky-ish. 2 items out and Ending Despair helps. Did Faust really just TP and base after? Yeah, he kind of had to. He was going to come in for a play that wasn't actually happening, ended up getting punished. He's like, I got taken way too late. Little overeager on the TP trigger pull. He's been a bit late. Like, again, Faust has often been known to do that, shall we say. Dragon's up. Would be sole point for LR. Faust is roaming back up again, having got the wave shoved. The control ward over by their red buff, actually. Oh, great cleanse from Crowny with the spell shield. So Sejuani ult down. That's actually fairly significant. You still don't have a moonwall. They've lost a lot of their big ults here, actually. Hang on, Vitality.Bee are playing with just a culling and a public execution now. Baus. Baus! Okay, Rocket Belts away. Battle Dance. Not Battle Dance. Leap Strike. Yeah, like, they are really low on ults now. I think they've got to be very careful with this. Gonna reset to have... Leap Strike away. Here comes a TP. Redemption. Heals people back up. Nemesis goes across the veil. Public Execution lands. That looked like it wasn't going to land on end. Quickness comes on down. Not the best, but it's still going down. It's going to be an Atacard flip. Velia's won a lot of these early. Decap taken very low. They just had their resist shredded. They've got to be very aware of Velia's ability to pop someone at the minute with their resist being shredded. Between worlds. Oh, this is going to stick flip. That is taken by Velia with the auto and the smite. Oh, hang on. Last, they got the death mark down. Should pop VTO and does. Blast cones out. Can potentially even pick up Decap on the way with a good set of shurikens. We'll see. He's out. 1 for 1 and the Atacard. Auto smite from Zed is silly with low HP. Watch the HP here, because I'm pretty sure Velia gets a really good auto smite. 2000 HP, flash, yeah. 1800 into auto smite. Contempt for the Weak is a hell of a passive. Deathmark gets one on the way out. Velia, excellent work. Now 3 and 1. Yop is low. Had to flash. Crowny gets him with the ricochet. They do blow up Velia, which prevents soul point potentially, but they are now losing Lurox. Potentially has to flash over the wall. Boomerang Blade just wide. Not great HP bars here, so Lost Ratones could probably still have a look at the dragon regardless. Why would you get Mikhail? Sivir has Spell Shield and Cleanse. True enough. You probably want a Mikhail's... So you could probably afford a Mikhail second, because a lot of other people don't have the Cleanse, right? Because actually, do I want to keep Zed safe? Do I want to keep Nemesis safe on the Aurora? Do I want just another Cleanse for the Sivir? Because then actually, even having thrown everything at it, you just can't kill it now. I think Redemption is fine for keeping people topped up, especially because they're not the tankiest team. LR hate watchers, do not worry. I've tuned in now, which means LR's getting reverse swept. The universe revolves around me, says Elticor. That's a strong statement. Oh, hang on. Bounce, Decap. Gonna try and jump on top of him. Can't quite kill him. Quickness comes on down. Decap. Disappeared. Nice angle. Bounce needs to hop away and does. Good redemption heal. Now full V5 without your big engage tool. And potentially Smite fight it regardless. 3000 HP. Bounce going low. Wanting to hop over the wall. Smite fight taken by Velia. Again, he's not lost. Public execution probably means you lose Nemesis. Crowny's now low. That's a bit rough. Baron's up reminder. What a death mark angle. Can Vitality.Bee just turn around to look at Baron? Need to be a bit careful because there'll be a lot of poke that could come out here, yeah? Faust's got TP. Reckless spotting. TP's in. They need to force this now, otherwise it's really, really tricky. Decap is back. 20 seconds on Nemesis, got a TP of his own. It will be a 4v5. Playable. They're trying to find their way to the river here, and they have like very limited control. Control ward is a pretty solid angle. Not the fastest Baron taking here from Vitality.Bee, it has to be said. Especially with Yopper poking, down at 8,000 HP. Velia with the Living Shadow can get to the pit still. Watch Velia, he's being body blocked by Reckless. They have to pull off the Baron. They can't get that much more value. Nemesis TP'd in. That'll have to do. Can now look mid lane because Vitality have to reset and they can't get the Baron. They don't want to flip it. I think at that point you probably just have the Baron and keep rushing it. At this point, you're now down soul point, have spent so much time around that you can't get some value. At least you can Mega Inferno Bomb the mid wave and prevent that going on down. But I think at that point, you've gotten your kills. If you don't do that, I think you are still down soul point and things are very tricky. Good dance here. Yeah, good. No support items are only for ADC. Yeah, there's some truth to that. I still think Redemption is perfectly fine here for the Rakan. It's a really good item. It's actually proven its value very, very highly here for a bit of the HP seal. I think you flip when Zed is his live value is stolen so much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be a flip. But the point is, if you win the flip, that probably gets you back in the game fairly heavily, whereas I'm not sure you're going to get a better window ever again. Death Mark onto Yopper or hop back. Bit of a waste, but again, it's not the longest cooldown. You're level 15. A lot of ability haste in this build. It was speculative. Vitality.Bee a little bit too scared? Yeah. Why are we talking as if Vitality down in gold? True. What they are down is Atakan and Soul Point. So they are still down in that regards. And they have not won a lot of on-screen fights in a while. That was the best fight they've had in a bit. The Lucian's up gold, that's great, but it's still a mid-lane Lucian, which isn't exactly been consistent. And we've sort of been worried a little bit about, like, look, Vitality, you actually do need to land some good combos. And they're not really done that late. And then again, Dragon, Atakan. Some really frustrating picks. That was the best fight they've had in a long time. We'll see whether the 3-item Lucian can do some work here. Need to. And in fairness, into a very squishy comp. I'm just going to see Lurox. Goes across the Veil. Permafrost down. Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh, Lord! Yeah. See, that is the combo you have to be afraid about still. But, you know, you probably got a point there. That I'm probably being a little bit... I am probably feeling like, actually, that giving up the soul point was more significant than it was in terms of not taking the Baron there. I hear the point there. You probably have taken it a little bit hard there. I think I hadn't properly clocked the Vitality were in as good a spot with their mid lane as they were. Partly because I think, actually, Vito's just picked up a lot of side lane farm recently, which is kind of cray-cray. Lucian is so useless this game. Not necessarily. I don't think he's done that much work yet this game. Crowny has to flash there, though. That'll do. The moment we say it, he literally gets quite a lot of value. Between Worlds as well. Not bad. And the Lucian's got a lot of people to, like, get CC to go through Vigilance passives for. And it did mean that the Aurora's not the most fun. Baus, though, all the while gets a tier 2. Nash's Tooth angle. Look, you hit this point on AP Jax, where with Nash's Tooth in particular, you just do so much damage to towers. Like, weirdly, AP auto attackers end up doing more damage to towers than ADs do post a certain point. It's kind of wild. Because of how they changed how AP affects turrets. Edge of Night for the Zed is very smart. A lot harder to pick him off. Because it sometimes feels like, obviously, a lot of auto attacks, which is what you need to do to turrets, build AD, right? And then that's why they're the ones you need to have to take turrets down really quickly. But actually, if you look at an AP champion, an AP auto attack champion, the Jax, you shred turrets ridiculously fast. They can afford to give up this Dragon look for Baron. That's what they're doing. What they're doing. Velia was kind of baiting them, saying, haha, I'm going to do this. And he can get over there and smite this. They don't know it's happening until just now. Oh, God. Hang on. Because Value wasn't in that they could potentially let to Mega Inferno bomb it! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not stolen. Give you a hug. That's gonna get another tier 2 with the Baron as well. He's so annoying this game. He just picked up like 1,400 gold plus waves. Hang on, Ambessa's not back. Baus hasn't backed and Ambessa's not back. Ambessa's in a lot of danger here. You can see all the pings. I think Genax has screwed it. He needs to get a really good public execution here. Good stun. Okay, they can't actually hurt him. Okay, I take it back. I thought Reckless and Nemesis were going to be there faster. They did too. That actually delays a fair amount of the Baron. Actually delays a fair amount of the Baron, I'm not going to lie. Riftmaker now for the Jax. Kind of scary.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
He's actually doing fine. How does this AP Jax work, by the way? Basically, with Phase Rush, you basically leap strike, counter strike, and run away with the Phase Rush. Decap's dead. We're going to have to talk about this afterwards. Public execution goes wide, so Genax doesn't get that much value. You can try and jump on a Nemesis, but between worlds, so Genax doesn't finish what he started. Velia is really deep, but flashed over the wall. Does actually die, but Genax will trade it. All the while, Jax is finishing it! It's 4v5 and Baus is in the base! Oh my god. Oh, your consistent DPS kind of sucks, AP Jax, but your burst is ridiculous, basically. And you have a lot of mobility because you build a lot of ability haste. But basically, you leap strike, counter strike, and phase rush away. And you burst for really heavy. You've got quite a lot of wave clear because your counter strike clears the wave. Oh, very nice from Velia. Yeah. Did he get Mikhail's on the way? Oh, very nice. He did. Oh, he had Edge of Night. Edge of Night was what did it. Sorry. She goes wide. And then he tries to get Yopper and can't quite do it with the satchel there. So Velia tries to flash out and can't quite do it. Unfortunately, the last order was already in the air, so they can't get him. But the problem is, Baus was already kind of ending the game. But yes, AP Jax is effectively hits about 2 items, or Nash's Tooth in particular. The early lane really, really sucks as AP Jax. However, you hit about 1 item, and suddenly Nash's Tooth allows you to at least threaten towers. 2 items, and you actually start clearing waves properly. 3, and you start getting these very, very obnoxious burst trades, where you hit people really, really hard. The problem is, you have very limited early skirmishing power. You don't duel as well. You kind of get these weird burst winners you run in and out. But you need to rely on phase rush value, basically. Don't forget your counter strike. Also, it scales with the amount of you're being hit. So yeah, you take aggro from the minion wave. Very good point, actually, that one. So if you want to get as much counter strike value as possible. So basically, you are trying to hit people for counter strike damage. And then when you do all in later, you're trying to use your Grandmaster's Might and Empower to give you as many stats as possible to wail on people with Riftmaker and Nash's Tooth scaling. Brownie 400 CS, yup. Nearly Flame Horizoning, actually. Also, Lucian has Flame Horizoned Aurora. So we kind of got 2 different carries being donated farm. Does it matter? Probably not, actually, because I don't think the Lucian is really winning them the game at the minute, is he? There you go. But yeah, it's a weird one. And AP Jax spikes at very weird times. But the key thing with AP Jax is even beyond normal Jax, you take turrets really, really. Like, faster than normal Jax. It's pretty wild. Lucian doesn't scale as hard as other ADCs. I'd say he doesn't scale as safely as other ADCs. You do scale quite well in the sense you can do a lot of damage still. But you're very reliant on cycling through a lot of your autos. And that involves getting quite close to enemy AD champions. And that can be really dangerous. Nemesis is going to potentially die. Got a lot of damage. Good quickness, Baus. Hasn't got all that much value yet. Vito, good culling. Value goes and falls and fails! Value failed to get the execute with the Cyclosaur, but it doesn't matter. They killed everyone else because Baus is a bit silly alongside Crowny. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. DP out from VTO. Trying to save the turrets and the waves. It won't matter. I think that's game. I think LR just 3-0'd them. I think LR just 3-0'd them. I think they did. He goes, Jack's put back door in the base to his wife. The man. Oh, like that. See? Yeah. Counter-strike, auto a couple times, people are dead. And that's it. Oh, my days, LR. From nearly falling out in Swiss to 3-0ing the 4-0 squad out of Swiss stage. GG. Nicely done.